In the top stories, the Met Office is urging water conservation as a drier than usual season is forecast. Police are investigating the discovery of human remains at the Bastia National Valley, and local content creators are getting new training and industry access through the Rising Stars initiative. The details on these stories and more after the break.
This Mother's Day, get mom that wow to wear from Quartz Optical. Select frames from our 2026 collection with 50% off frames for her. And with our payment plans, you can style mom today and pay later. So come on in, find mom's wow so she can wear her wow with new frames from Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer valid from May 1st to May 31st, 2026. Conditions apply.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, the Federation's Senior Meteorological Officer Elmo Burke is urging residents to conserve water as St. Kitts and Nevis faces the possibility of below normal rainfall in the months ahead. Burke said the Federation has already been experiencing below average rainfall, with forecasts now pointing to a drier than usual wet season. As a result, a drought warning has been issued for St. Kitts and Nevis. The wet season, which overlaps with the Atlantic hurricane season, typically brings the bulk of the Federation's rainfall, meaning any shortfall could affect rain-fed water sources. While periods of heavy rain remain possible, current climate trends continue to point to below normal rainfall over the coming months. Burke said the meteorological services will continue to monitor conditions and provide updates as necessary. In other news, police are investigating the discovery of human remains found in a burnt field in the Bastia Valley National Area earlier this month. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force said the remains were found on May 6th by members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services while responding to a bushfire between midday and 3 p.m. Authorities believe the remains are those of an adult male. However, no identification was found at the scene, and the person has not yet been formally identified. The police crime scene unit processed the area, and the remains were taken into custody as investigations continue. Officials say the circumstances surrounding the death remain unclear, and the cause of death has not yet been determined. Police are urging anyone with information that could assist the investigation to come forward or contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. In other news, the Department of the Creative Economy has partnered with the Caribbean Cable and Telecommunications Association, CCTA, to launch the inaugural Rising Stars initiative aimed at developing local creative talent. Officials say the program brought together content creators and industry professionals for training, networking, and practical knowledge sharing. Dion Baptiste Clark, speaking on behalf of the Department of Creative Economy, said interest in the initiative has exceeded expectations.
Initially, this initiative was targeting 30 creators from St. Kitts and Nevis, but because we had such an overwhelming response, we had to up that number to.
Baptiste Clark said participants were also given the opportunity to connect directly with experienced professionals in the creative industry.
And quite several others who have been here interacting with our local creatives, sharing real-world insights that our creatives have given feedback that it's actually one of the best workshops of this nature that they've been able to attend, because based on the feedback that we've gotten, they appreciate the opportunity to have intimate sessions with these experts who have been very open in sharing the information based on their lived experience.
She said the initiative is expected to expand across the region, adding that local content creators will still have opportunities to participate, even if future events are held outside St. Kitts and Nevis.
This is going to be a roving event within the region, so while fingers crossed, hoping that it's actually going to happen next year, it may not necessarily be in St. Kitts. That does not mean, though, that our local creators will not be able to participate in and benefit from the information that would be shared.
After the break, the Ministry of Health says it is tightening screening, implementing new border restrictions as St. Kitts and Nevis moves to guard against Ebola. And St. Kitts and Nevis will mark Menstrual Hygiene Day with a focus on education and reducing stigma. The details after this.
This summer, the Caribbean's premier music experience returns.
Welcome to the 28th edition of the St. Kitts Music Festival,
Featuring
the incredible Kilani, Fantasia, Beres Hammond, Luciano, Soca King Marshall Montano, Soca Sensation Voice, and Vaughn,
dancehall giant
Movado, Idonia,
and the new wave.
Valiant.
Also featuring
Massacre, Cranium, Taurus Riley, Steel Pulse, Dean Fraser and the Black Soil Band, Chanel Mir, Diani, Rodney Tatat, and Zoo,
the legendary
New Vibes Band International, Brandon and ASAP Band, Shelly and Signal Band,
Plus
Edwin Yearwood and Crossfire, Lucas HE, and Garlic and the Upper Level Band. June 25th to June 27th, Warner Park Cricket Stadium, St. Kitts.
Get your tickets now at stkittsmusicfestival.com.
The St. Kitts Music Festival, where music meets paradise.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable. More than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Looking for a new vehicle? Horsford's automotive division has exactly what you need. Reliable performance, modern design, and a team committed to getting you on the road with confidence. From everyday drives to exciting upgrades, quality and service come standard. Ready to refresh your home? Visit Ashley Furniture Home Store at Horsford's. Discover statement pieces, stylish accents, and comfort designed to elevate your space instantly. Planning a project? The Building Center provides premium paints mixed to perfection and expert guidance every step of the way. Bring your ideas to life with ease. Automotive, home style, building essentials, all in one trusted destination. Make it simple. Make it smart. Experience everything Horsford's has to offer today. Try Horsford's first.
Thank you for staying with us. The government has responded to questions surrounding its decision to deny entry to Nigerian nationals, saying the move forms part of heightened public health measures linked to Ebola concerns. In a statement, authorities said non-nationals arriving from countries considered high risk will not be permitted entry as health officials work to reduce possible exposure to the virus. The government referenced a risk advisory from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, which has warned of a high risk of Ebola importation due to continued transmission in parts of Africa and travel through major transport hubs. Officials noted that Nigeria has not recorded a confirmed case linked to the current outbreak, but said the advisory has informed local screening and border control measures. Health authorities have confirmed that there are no suspected or confirmed cases of Ebola in St. Kitts and Nevis and say the overall risk to the public remains low. Meanwhile, organizations in St. Kitts and Nevis will join countries around the world on May 28th to mark Menstrual Hygiene Day 2026 under the theme Together for a Period-Friendly World. The global campaign, coordinated by WASH United, is encouraging governments, schools, workplaces, communities, and individuals to help create an environment where menstruation is treated as normal and free from stigma. Locally, Lake Health and Wellbeing, the Advancement of Children Foundation, the Nevis Department of Gender Affairs, and UNICEF Eastern Caribbean have been working since 2023 to deliver menstrual health education in schools and communities across the Federation. The program provides young people with accurate information about menstruation while encouraging greater understanding and support for women and girls. Director of the Nevis Department of Gender Affairs, Saros Hendrickson, said, menstrual health is not only a health issue, but also one of education dignity and access, adding that reducing stigma will require broader community support. Program Director at Lake Health and Wellbeing, Abby Bago, said the initiative is helping young people feel more comfortable discussing menstrual health and accessing reliable information. To mark the day, Lake Health and Wellbeing and the Nevis Department of Gender Affairs will host a webinar on supporting women and girls' menstrual health at home, at work, in school, and in the community. The organizations will also take part in radio discussions and social media awareness activities throughout the month. And coming up in regional news, the Bahamas has introduced temporary travel restrictions over Ebola concerns, and Prime Minister Andrew Holness of Jamaica has ordered a review of police procedures after outrage over a shooting incident there. The details right after this.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Blue Tag specials.
Running May 14th to May 27th.
Nutella hazelnut spread is just $18.99. Essential everyday cream cheese bars just $7.99. Celeste pizza single serve $6.99. Morning Star meatless entrees just $19.99. Almond breeze almond milk $9.99. Suavitel liquid fabric softener just $21.05.
And now our value deals. Essential everyday pasta sauce $9.99. Essential everyday pastas $4.99. Essential everyday cereals $10.99. Essential everyday ice cream cones $7.99. Essential everyday freezer bags $8.99. Soft soap body wash $19.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, shop smart, shop value mart.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. The National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it. Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all. You can spend it when you want it. How you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice, nice, nice.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable, more than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Thank you for staying with us. The Bahamas has announced temporary travel restrictions as authorities move to reduce the risk of Ebola spreading into the country. Officials say a 30-day entry ban has been imposed for residents of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and South Sudan, countries linked to heightened Ebola concerns. The measures also include enhanced health screening and possible quarantine requirements for some travelers arriving from affected areas. Health authorities say the actions follow global concerns over the current Ebola outbreak, with the World Health Organization warning of a high risk of further spread in parts of Africa. Officials in the Bahamas say there have been no reported cases of Ebola in the country, but maintain that precautionary measures are necessary to help protect public health. Meanwhile, Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness has ordered a review of police procedures for handling injured persons and removing bodies from crime scenes, following public outrage over a recent police shooting. The review comes after the shooting death of Latoya Buju Bulgin in St. James, an incident that sparked criticism after video footage appeared to show her being loaded into the back of a police vehicle following the confrontation. Holness said the issue will be discussed at the National Security Council as government looks at whether clearer rules are needed for how officers assist the injured and handle deceased persons at crime scenes. The Prime Minister said the way victims are treated reflects the kind of society Jamaica is building, adding that professionalism, compassion, and accountability must remain central to policing. He made the comments while addressing the 91st cohort graduation of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Staff and Junior Command Course at the National Police College. Holness also commended the JCF for recent declines in murder and violent crime, while reminding officers that their core responsibility remains the protection and preservation of life. Coming up, Israel has carried out airstrikes in Tyre after ordering residents to evacuate. Stay with us.
Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI. Always here for you, always. NCI is here for you, always. Whole life, term life for your peace. Healthcare, health plans, no worries. Home shield coverage, you're safe. Choose NCI to secure your space. Life challenges will come your way, but NCI brightens your day. Through your life's journey, we're here to stay. NCI will protect you all the way. Whole life, term life for your peace. Healthcare, health plans, no worries. Home shield coverage, you're safe. Choose NCI to secure your space. Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI. Always here for you, always. NCI is here for you, always.
The Israeli military has carried out airstrikes in the southern Lebanese area after ordering residents to evacuate there. Israel said the operation targeted what it described as Hezbollah infrastructure, with residents nearby refugee camps and surrounding communities told to move north of the Zarani River. Lebanese media reported widespread strikes across southern Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley, with at least 4 people reported killed in separate locations. The attacks come as fighting between Israel and Hezbollah continues to intensify, following comments by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that military operations would be stepped up after drone attacks targeted Israeli forces. The latest violence is adding to fears that the fragile ceasefire in the region could collapse as cross-border clashes continue. Meanwhile, United States President Donald Trump says Washington is still not satisfied with the terms of a deal being negotiated with Iran. Speaking during a cabinet meeting, Trump said Iran appears interested in reaching an agreement, but insisted talks have yet to produce terms acceptable to the U.S. The president said Washington is prepared to keep negotiating, but warned that military actions remains an option if diplomatic efforts fail. The comments come as Iranian state media reports progress towards a draft agreement, including proposed changes to shipping and security arrangements in the region. The White House, however, has pushed back on those reports, describing claims of a final agreement as inaccurate. U.S. officials say talks with Iran are continuing, though no timeline has been given for any possible deal. And up next in sports, West Indies women are set to begin their tri-series campaign against Ireland and Pakistan, and Elena Rybakina has suffered a shock second-round exit at the French Open. Stay with us.
Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries, home shield coverage, you're safe, choose NCI to secure your space, life challenges will come your way, but NCI brightens your day, through your life's journey, we're here to stay, NCI will protect you all the way, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries, home shield coverage, you're safe, choose NCI to secure your space, trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always.
First up in sports, the West Indies women's team will begin its build-up to the T20 World Cup on Thursday when they open a tri-series against Ireland and Pakistan in Dublin. The Caribbean side opens the series against host Ireland before taking on Pakistan on Friday. The tournament resumes for the West Indies on June 1st with a second match against Ireland before their final fixture against Pakistan on June 3rd. The 3 teams are using the series as part of their preparations for the T20 World Cup, which will be played in England later this month. The West Indies, who won the title in 2016, have been drawn in Group B and will open their World Cup campaign against defending champions New Zealand on June 13th. Meanwhile, world number 2 Elena Rybakina has suffered a shock second-round exit at the French Open after losing to world number 55 Yulia Stardobotseva in the tournament's biggest upset so far. Rybakina took the opening set but struggled to find her rhythm as Stardobotseva fought back to win 3-6, 6-1, 7-6, taking the final tiebreak 10 points to 4. The reigning Australian Open champion looked short of her usual sharpness, committing 71 unforced errors and landing just 53% of her first serves. The result marks Rybakina's earliest exit at a Grand Slam since the 2024 Australian Open and the first time since 2020 that she has failed to reach the third round at Roland Garros. And when we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
Yeah, man. Another day in the books. Well, hello there. She pretty from head to toe, and are you ready to go? Wait there. Whew. Can't afford to slip up. Not even in my dreams.
Recapping the top stories, the Met Office is urging water conservation as a drier than usual season is forecast. Police are investigating the discovery of human remains at the Bastia National Valley, and local content creators are getting new training and industry access through the Rising Stars initiative. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been your presenter, Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.